Hello, fellow YouTubers and Facebookers and Brigaders and so on and so forth. This is my entry into August, the RPG Brigades 31 questions. Although I have to admit, I'm not sure where they got the questions from. I'm still trying to find them. But I've noticed the other fellows' posts, so, I'll take a stab at it. The first question is, if I could be playing a game right now, what would it be? Well, I'll tell you, it's a rough one because there's so many good games out there and so many that I'm fond of and some that I really enjoy playing. And then there's others I haven't had a chance to play. This is kind of reminiscent of the, name your top 5 RPGs. And, I run a lot. I run so many more than I get to play. And it's been over a year now, a year and a half since I've actually got to play or run a game. And it's, you get that itch or that craving, I guess. It's part of the hobby, the unspoken dark side of the addiction that goes for a lot of us. Well, we don't want to talk about that, right? I'm old school in part because I'm familiar with the older systems, and also in part because I own quite a few of them, and I haven't had the finances for the last decade or so to keep up with the Joneses. So I'm running behind like a lot of folks, or in advance. Especially now that some of the prices on these game books are just outrageously high. If I had a choice, I'd have to be a toss-up because I really, really enjoy a good D&D themed game, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Dungeons and Dragons. The hack and slash with a little bit of storytelling going on in between. I really would like to play Shadowrun. I've never had an opportunity to play it myself. I've GM'd it a couple times. I have a lot of the first edition stuff. Actually, I got most of the first edition stuff when I think about it. I would also have to split that with Twilight 2000, and that's kind of an obscure game. I mean, you got to be a military buff a little bit to really get into that one. Although if I had a choice, I'd mix Twilight 2000 with the Werewolf Apocalypse. I believe that's the name. It was a game system put out by White Wolf, and may still be put out by White Wolf for all I know. A friend of mine got his hands on a PDF version of it, and we played it, and it reminiscent of The Walking Dead, right? So there you have it. If my top choice would have to be Shadowrun, followed by Twilight 2000, and or a modification, a blend of Twilight 2000 and Werewolf Apocalypse. Although I would also like to throw in there, and that's me, I can never settle with just one thing. Gee, folks, I really think I'd like to have Vampire the Masquerade, but I want to do that in a story book setting game, and that's a little different from what you sit around the table. This is more for the people who really want to get into a deep story, and it's kind of like collaborating on writing a novel. Going on to the novel step, taking your gaming to the top level. But there you go, have it, Brigaders. That's my picks. Rock on, and keep your dice hot.